Welcome everybody to Extreme Off-Road Silly Bills, and today we're dealing with the 1991 GMC Syclone. So this now has 1750 horsepower, 1475 pounds-feet of torque from a 7.4 litre twin turbocharged V8 engine. The car itself now weighs 3,106 pounds, still has its all-wheel drive system, but it now has off-road tyres and off-road suspension. And it can now do 0 to 16 2.851 seconds, 0 to 105.742 seconds, and go to a top speed of 258 miles an hour. So this is the fourth GMC car that we've had on this series so far, with the Vandura, Jimmy and the Hummer EV being the three preceding ones, going in ascending order from slowest to fastest. So yeah, I'm doubtful that it's going to be able to beat the Hummer EV, because that is currently in 7th place, but it should well be able to match the Jimmy, which is a fair bit lower down. And yeah, it certainly has the off-road capability, braking, launch, acceleration and speed for it. So it's the handling that is on the lower side, but I'm pretty sure the Jimmy had even worse handling than that. So yeah, so let's get out there and see what this car can do. So yeah, I'm confident enough that it will be quick, but it's about whether or not it can handle all the extra power, because you know it only had 280 originally, although it was far from a slow car in terms of acceleration. It could be a contemporary Ferrari from the time in terms of 0 to 60 time. So yeah, it was hardly slow, but it certainly wasn't meant for this level of power. Or was it ever able to get up to these kinds of speeds as well? Yeah, about 140, 150 was its limit originally, so yeah, we're comfortably doing more than that. We've hit the rock, but I'm not going to rewind because I feel like this car's going to be a little bit of a handful and I want to save my rewinds. I'll have 3 per car down these runs. So yeah, despite having a reduction in weight, it's not massively... Whoa! That's definitely something to rewind. It's not massively lightweight in comparison to the standard weight of the car, so it's still quite a heavy weight. Although for a pickup truck it's obviously a lot smaller than you would see nowadays. So it should be a little bit more nimble in that regard, and obviously the all-wheel drive is standard, so it's not something extra this vehicle's having to deal with. Really rapid in terms of straight line speed. So I sort of think that the truck is, yeah, a little bit out of control. Just about saved it there, but now we've only got 1 rewind. This is why I did not use it when we clipped that rock. I know it slowed us down a little bit, but it wasn't the worst thing that could happen to us. Can it land the jump? Oh, it can certainly go very far. Oh dear. Kind of all over the place there because we landed a lot further towards the corner than we normally would do in a car. We just did not have the stopping distance from landing to make it that corner effectively. So yeah, this power is quite ridiculous for this car, it seems. It's got a fair bit of understeer. It's very easy to lose control with the oversteer. And obviously, across any kind of jumps it might well either roll over, as we've seen already, or, you know, go far further in terms of flight than you might expect it to. Very bouncy truck. Obviously the big problem with pickup trucks is that they have very little weight in the rear, so when the rear is doing its own thing it's very hard to keep it under control. Rein it in this second half. Oh dear. Brake's not helpful there. Oh dear. Yeah, this is a very, very tough vehicle in this form to drive. Standard, the car's pretty sedate outside of its initial acceleration. But here, yeah, we have all of the acceleration pretty much all of the time. Yeah, it's not as nimble as I would have hoped, despite being quite small in comparison to some modern pickup trucks, which is purely down to the fact that it's got a lot of understeer from all of that power going for the front wheels, which I'm pretty sure is still a 50-50 split. Well, despite being very messy, that was a reasonable time of 3 minutes 22.762. How that compares to the Jimmy, let's take a look. Yep, that's faster than the Jimmy. Not by a huge amount, less than 3 seconds, but it is faster regardless, and that also means it's consequently faster than the Vandura. And yeah, that puts us right around the same time, as we're slightly quicker than a Jimco Hammerhead Class 1, Mitsubishi Galant VR4, Toyota Hilux AT38, Toyota 4Runner TRD Pro, Honda Ridgeline Baja Trophy Truck, and a Hoonigan Volkswagen Baja Beetle Scumbug. But we're ever so slightly behind the Volkswagen Pickup LX, which was hardly the fastest of cars, as well as an MG6 X-Power Racer, Ferrari SF90 Stradale, and the Celine Sport Truck, which is a recent car that we've taken out. So yeah, a little bit uncontrollable, to be honest. It was all over the place in that first quarter of that run there, and yeah, obviously we did get it back eventually, and around that last corner was easily one of the fastest speeds we've had around that last corner. We're doing about 115. Usually we're only about between 90 and 105, so yeah, when you get it under control, this is a properly quick car, but on the jumps and the bumps bits, and when, you know, coming around certain corners, it just had too much understeer, or it was too unpredictable in terms of what the suspension was going to do, and yeah, it was just a little bit all over the place, and yeah, definitely too much power in this car. I would recommend going for a slightly lesser amount of power, probably around the 1356 mark in terms of horsepower, because you can put that V8 in this engine, in this car as well. So yeah, but this 1750 horsepower V8 is a little bit too much for this vehicle, quite frankly, especially on this course. But who knows, maybe it's even better on road than it is off-road. It certainly wasn't meant to be an off-road pickup truck with its sports suspension and lowered ride height and, you know, sporty bodywork, but still did a decent time there, and yeah, second best GMC we've had so far on this series. Nonetheless, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.